Hello and welcome to a very special edition of a Mote Pop-Up PD. I am delighted to be joined today by two of our Mote ambassadors, Nicole and Brittany. Nicole and Brittany, hello.
Hi.
Hi both. So if we start with you, Nicole, would you like to say a few words about yourself so we get to know something about where you are and the wonderful things that you're doing?
Yes, I am Nicole Reynolds. I am a K through 12 educator, school administrator, director of technology. But the most fun part is I'm a Mote ambassador, where I have been using Mote for some time now to really take things to the next level for our school culture, and students.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And also thanks for saving the most impressive part of all of that wonderful list of things until the end there. And a couple of words from yourself, Brittany?
Yeah, I'm Brittany Horn. I'm located in Fort Worth, Texas. I'm an instructional technologist. Once again, a Mote ambassador, which should be up there with one of the best titles, right? I just feel like I have the best job ever. I've been doing this role for about 9 years, and I get to share how technology can be integrated into classrooms, which means getting to share it with students and educators. So that's just a lot of fun. And Mote has just been such a big win for us. I have jumped on the Mote boat, no doubt. So.
Thank you so much. And if you're ever on Twitter at all and you look up Mote Boat, you will see some wonderful things coming from Brittany and the awesome team at NISD. So that is definitely something I would recommend. The theme of this pop-up is going to be looking at audio QR codes. So with Mote, what it's possible to do is to, in just a matter of seconds, create a QR code that you can use in the real world. So you can create a tangible QR that you can put on all sorts of things, as we will find out shortly. Now, the only time that you're going to hear from me today, as I'm sure everyone will be super relieved, is just now. And I'll show you how easy it is. Even I can do it in a few seconds. So once you've got Mote installed, you just need to tap on the extension. Then we're going to record our QR code from the Motepad. So I just tap where it says record a Mote. I am delighted to be joined by two super inspirational educators from the other side of the Atlantic. Tapping again on the check mark to complete, all that's left for me to do now is to click on the arrow, and then I've got my QR code. I can save the image, that will then get saved to my downloads. If I'm working on a Chromebook or on a MacBook or whichever other device, very easy for me to access. And as we're going to see just now, used in some pretty spectacular ways. So that was the sort of boring demonstration over because it was me. And now we're going on to two people that are far more inspirational. And the first of those to demonstrate is going to be Nicole. So Nicole, I'm going to share your screen live, and Brittany and I will jump into the background and we'll speak to you in just a second. Thanks, Nicole.
You're welcome. All right, everyone. So Mote has so many possibilities. And when I say the options are endless, they're endless. You can do so many things. So let's go into some audio affirmations that you can use with your students, staff, and community. So a little background again, I'm Nicole Reynolds. I am a director of technology in Charlotte, North Carolina, but my most important job is being a mommy. And so I think of creative ways to take Mote because I need to save time and I don't like typing as much as I'm into tech. I really don't like typing that much. And so I'm going to share how you can use your voice to amplify what you already have going on in your culture. All right, so now with the QR scan code feature, it's already within the platform. So that alone saves so much time in tagging between different sites, and it makes it seamless to add levels to your school. The first thing I'm going to go over is a quick audio affirmation for your teachers and staff. So here's an example of this week is National Library Week here in the US, and we are doing a quick thank you for our volunteers. So what you're going to do is scan over the poster and you can hear a quick thank you note or some gratitude from students. It can be from staff just to say thank you. And this could be shared with them via email. It could be printed, and something so simple makes things go to the next level. Now I'm going to go to the next one. Students can record. Families or room parents can record. Teachers, staff members, the administration team can show some gratitude. Your media center coordinators can make book notes to show appreciation for checking out a book and giving them a hint about what the book could be about. And your instructional coaches can use this to give some encouragement to the teachers as we're navigating a new time in teaching. The next is how to use audio affirmations for students. So A birthday message. Especially for my early learners, this is really exciting to get something on your desk in addition to a decorated desk, and it'll say happy birthday, and this message can be from classmates or you as the teacher. The next option are for student awards. It's one thing to receive an award, but what if you emailed this to the parents in addition to printing this out? Or you can do either or, and just to give an extra push. So for this example, my student of the week was Anjali, but I narrated in under 3 minutes why she was student of the week, why I'm so proud of her, and that adds another level of excitement and engagement. Now, take it to another level. Bulletin boards, make stickers for their work. You can do notes in the hallways, especially in the restrooms. You can put this in a counselor's corner. You can do a scavenger hunt. And my most creative one that I love is bookmarks. So I made a little bookmark here, and you can put that in different books as you're hiding it in the library. So when students check them out, you can also give them a quick reminder that I'm so glad that you checked out this book. And don't give any spoilers, but guess what? This book is due back in such and such week. And so those little things make a big difference and an impact in our school culture and our learning experience. So I'm going to elevate it one more time. After you have gone to the extension, made your Mote note, now you're going to create the QR scan code. But there's an option here to elevate your personalized message by changing the written text in that. You can also add emojis so that when you save it and share it, when they scan it, they will see your personalized message. You see how the emojis just add a little bit more flair, a little bit more aha to it so that it captures their attention and it looks like you took the time because the details matter. Now, if you have time, which I think you should, go back and look at a quick tutorial. And this just takes the next step from what John already told us on how to create a QR scan code. Now I'm going to pass this on to Brittany down in Texas as she shares how to take this to the next level with her staff.
And can I just jump in and say, Nicola, that was wonderful. Thank you so much for that. There were so many of the ideas there, everything from having those birthday cards, putting notes in the books, just as a friendly reminder that they are due back in the library at some point in the future. And that really, as you say, just that touch to change the transcription with a few emojis will just really, I can imagine how that would mean so much to your students. And I should add as well that Nicole has joined us on a previous webinar that was hosted by the wonderful Alice Keeler. And this was in the days pre-Mote QR codes. And what Nicole was doing then was actually creating QR codes by herself and still coming up with some great things. So a huge thank you to both yourself and Alice for giving us some real incentive to go ahead and develop this. And thank you so much for that share, Nicole.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Of course. So now, as Nicole said, we're going to jump down to Brittany in Dallas, Texas. I'm just going to share your screen, Brittany. And Nicole and I will see you in a minute.
Awesome. Well, Nicole, you shared such a great overview of so many different ways to use audio QR codes. So I'll just dive in and share maybe just a little specific way that we've used it. You know, audio QR codes sounds like such a simple thing, but put it in the hands of teachers and they come up with so many ideas. I love that you really emphasize the personalization of the voice QR code. You know, you could leave a sticky note for teachers and it's one thing, but to actually hear your voice and your excitement and your encouragement, it just means so much. So, you know, it's a crazy time of year. It's busy. It's been a crazy few years, but I've had the opportunity to lead a fun professional development session for teachers during their conference periods called Holy Guacamole, where we kind of just look at the gamut of all that Mote can do. And one of the things that we do look at is the QR code option. So you can see there's a slide here. What will you use the Mote in your class where they can kind of practice using QR codes. But just to model that, I've taken the Motes of Affirmation template that Mote put out. And just after each session, quickly made a little word of encouragement for all the teachers that attended that professional development for the different campuses. And so like John said, it's just super easy. I mean, after leading the the session, I was able to sit and kind of give a little personalized word for every teacher. Maybe, hey, I loved your idea for using this for your testing review, or I loved your idea for using this in a scavenger hunt. One specific example was a teacher. She's actually going to be out during end of year awards. And it's exactly what you said, Nicole. She is going to put that QR code on student end of year certificates so that even though she's not there, the parents and the student can really hear just how much she appreciates having them in class. So these QR codes I ended up just printing out and sticking in teachers' rooms or on their doors. And it was just kind of fun to see them pop on and say, wow, this meant so much to get an encouraging note, because, teachers work hard and teaching is a hard profession. And sometimes we need encouragement as much as our kids do. I especially loved this tweet from Miss Herrera because she was saying, I'm definitely going to do this for my kids soon too, because they will think it's a delightful surprise like I did coming into my room to a voice note. In fact, this team had the idea as students prepare for their standardized tests to go ahead and record a mote of affirmation for their students, put them on their desk or send them home so they have a little encouraging note before their testing day, which I thought was just such a good idea. And then, you can see other teachers were just surprised to have their QR code. I will share one more idea from a teacher too, was to kind of like you said, a scavenger hunt, put QR codes around the room and have the students listen to a question and then respond. She was talking about how literacy is reading, writing, speaking, and listening. And so many times that listening skill is a hard one for our kids. So Mote allows them to listen and then respond. So I loved that idea too. We really tried to share what John was sharing in our weekly shares as well, just how easy it is to get the QR and then to leave a little mote of affirmation and fill somebody's bucket. So it's definitely been great. And I can't wait to continue to share and see how teachers use it.
Thank you as well so much. I'm blown away. I've got so many ideas of how I'm going to leave audio QR codes around my house for my kids to be scanning on their devices. And I think that one of the things that you just shared there, Brittany, one of the many things that's been shared in an all-powerful 12 and a half minutes was the point of using tools. Like, it's great, as we said before we went live on air, it's great when we have tools that really work for our learners, but when you can have a tool and also use tool in a purposeful way, which has an impact to the wider learning community, for our teaching colleagues, for colleagues in doing other super important roles, and for the parents at home, that's when I think that we can have some real excitement. And I love the way that your excellent co-worker, Miss Herrera, that actually took it a step further and was actually, it sounded like the very next day, was creating those QR codes for her students to be listening to. So how cool is that? You have both been stunningly amazing with what you've shared. I have put across a ticker a couple of times on how people can join the Mote Ambassadors. We now have rolling monthly applications. I'd really encourage as many people as possible to sign up, because you get to hang out and chat with amazing people like Nicole and Brittany. Before we go, guys, is there anything that you'd like to add?
I would add, I think everyone who wants to do something for their students should really be a Mote ambassador. I've learned, and for a while, I did not realize I was following Brittany. So I said, like, she's so familiar. How do I know Brittany? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been following her all this time. And it's just amazing how when we come together as a community, we really are able to take things to the next level for not just ourselves, but our students. And so look how productive we've become with using a simple tool like Mote to make it work for us. So I would advise definitely do the ambassador application and be a part of this community, because it really puts it a little bit more of a focus to make it work.
I totally agree, Nicole. Man, like, I wish I could take credit for a lot of the ideas, but really it's curating ideas from amazing educators like you that you follow and you see things. And that's what teachers do too, right? Like, see an idea and how can it fit in my class? And so, gosh, being inspired by others is just so great. I love that here you are, like, in North Carolina, and we're like learning together. It's just pretty amazing. But I highly recommend Mote Ambassador as well. And gosh, yeah, QR codes is just one of the simple things that Mote can do, like, that our teachers are are taking and running with. So it's pretty great. Thank you for doing this, John.
Thank you, of course. And that's a really nice way to end this particular show, because we are planning in the next few weeks to have more of our ambassador community come on to share some other inspiring ways of how they've been using the power of voice with Mote in their classroom and for the benefit of their learning community. But until then, it will be a goodbye from me, and a huge thank you again to both Nicole and Brittany for being so amazing. Thank you both, and see you soon.